Hey guys, yeah, it's been a while. Mama hasn't been cooking for a pretty good while. Mama's been on the run for a while. You know what? It was exciting because we had some meetings at my church where there were absolute outstanding miracles. People getting up out of wheelchairs and stuff like, well, I shouldn't say stuff like that, but I mean blind eyes being open, people who came there deaf and they got their hearing back. So it's been a lot of stuff. Then I went out of that meeting into another one with, I don't know if you ever heard of, some of you may have heard of Rodney Howard-Browne. He was in town for a week doing meetings, and that was very interesting. I had only heard about him and never seen him, so it was from one week to another, and Mama's cooking was very sporadic. And in that time also, I got hooked up with somebody who was like who does major events, and started working with, had a style show. I posted some of the stuff on Facebook for the style show, which was great. Also means that I not only got a real short haircut, but I'm also changing the way I dress. Evidently from my stylist, I need to do something different. So if for some of my regulars show up, guys, it'll be good to see you. If you catch this on the replay, I hope you enjoy it. Tonight I have already cooked. I had some corn on the cob. There were 4, as you can see. 1, sous chef likes corn. I did actually tonight have 1 piece. I usually don't eat corn on the cob for digestive reasons, but I thought, well, this looks really good. And it was sweet, which was wonderful. I have also, before getting online, let's see if it's cool enough. Yep. I baked a salmon fillet. It was already pre-seasoned, so it was easy to do, in my stone baking dish, and got a nice crisp to it. I also have in the oven even now. I was a bit busy. I got into a cooking mood after not having cooked for a long time. I'm taking you guys out of the holder because I want to flip the camera around in just a second because I want to show you what's in the oven. So hang on just a second. Yep, got a pork loin roast. I want to check the temperature. It's past done. Anyways, it's a pork loin roast that actually was seasoned with a whiskey bourbon sauce. This should be interesting. I don't eat pork, and anybody who knows me know that I don't do wine either, which is perfect because that's for sous chef, not for me. I know I'm not going to eat that. So it looks like it's done, it's passed on. I had to stick the thermometer in only because obviously with pork you want to make sure everything is done. And I'm holding this at the wrong angle. I am making, hang on a second, let me flip this around. I shredded cheese. I had a block of cheese. Do you know I don't do shredded cheese packaged from the store if at all possible, because I'd rather not eat sawdust in with my shredded cheese. But I have boiling in here some cabbage. I had a head of cabbage, and I shredded that. Well, I actually cut it, and then boil it till it's done. You know what I'm gonna make if you've seen my shows before. It will be a veggie pizza. Gonna use the cabbage as a base. Right now, sous chef had to run to the store. We don't have any eggs left, so I can't actually put that together in the pan to make the pizza yet. I will when she gets back. But I am doing a different stir fry. Let me show you what I'm doing. I had in the freezer, I was trying to clean out the stove, the refrigerator and freezer. I already had some zucchini, and now this was already frozen and it was thawed, so I kind of dried it. There was some yellow squash in there, but in another bag it started to have some brown on the edges. I don't like that. I just tossed it. And this is some fresh zucchini. I kind of chopped that up a little bit more than what I would have ordinarily. Also in this stir fry, I've got some mung bean sprouts, which just look like bean sprouts to me. Don't know what the difference is if it's mung or not. If anybody knows, please tell me. Terry, I could probably use your help with that one. But anyways, yes, got the bean sprouts that I do need to cook. They don't last very long in the fridge. And we've got some shallots and some like 4 or 5 cloves. But the Thai curry green is some sauce somebody gave me, and you know me, I will try it. I will try it. What's in this package is there's a Thai green sauce, but it also has spices. And I'm going, what spices? Those are the spices. I don't know what these are, so if anybody knows what this is, you know, let me know. I'm just going to throw them in a pan and cook them. You cook the spices for about 35 seconds, and then you throw in the diced veggies, which I'll do. I'll throw in that and the shallots and the garlic. But if you remember one of those other cooking shows where I had the beef strips with the beet sprouts, and it turned everything red. Hi, Angela. Thank you. It turned everything red, but if you remember, I was trying to make a stir-fry sauce, and that time I was out of everything. I was out of regular flour. I was out of any kind of a decent flour, and I was fishing. So I used brown rice flour, and it turned out gritty. If y'all remember that one, that was a big bust. It was, ooh, gritty. And so when I pulled it out today, I thought that it was just the beef strips ready to cut up, ready to be cooked. And then I realized, nah, this is leftover. So I felt it, and there still was obviously the grit in the sauce. I actually rinsed the sauce off of the meat. So I'm hoping that the green sauce, oh, I already got that out of there. I'm hoping that the green sauce, I can turn this oven off because I'm waiting for sous chef to get back with the eggs so I can make the veggie pizza with the cauliflower. And we do black olives with a little bit of the sauce on top, and then the cheese that I shredded, put it on top of there. So hopefully the Thai curry green sauce will overpower anything left from the yucky brown rice flour sauce. I didn't want to make, on one of my last shows, I made a container with of a stir-fry sauce that it was good. It only lasted for like 2 weeks in the fridge. It really barely lasted 2 weeks in the fridge because I was stir frying right and left. I'm setting it right here in the in the blender to hold it up. I didn't want to put it back in the case. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to check the cauliflower that I just showed I had on the stove. No, not cauliflower, cabbage. That's what it is. And I think the cabbage can still cook a little bit longer, but I'm going to move it off of that eye because I want to do the stir fry. I have to figure out how to set you up over here so you can see what I'm doing over here. Hey, Elena. I'm going to set you up over here. Everybody, pay attention to this little bit of kitchen that I have with a little bit of counter space. And then when I get in my real house with the real kitchen, you can enjoy it and celebrate it with me. Elena, I'll have you over and help break in the kitchen. Okay, so I'm going to set the, I'm moving the salmon to the back eye. I'm sliding the shredded cabbage over to the front eye, and I'm going to turn that one on. But I need the big eye to do the stir fry. Because I got my wok. Hey Dee, how are you doing? Alright, I now have my wok on the stove, and I don't know how much you can see. You know what? I'm going to move this loin roast out of the way. Okay, good. And, uh-oh. You guys, hold on. If I lose you, just hold on. It means that when I move the peanut oil, the phone fell. Nope, guess what? Made it. Peanut oil. Alright, peanut oil for my stir fry. I've got everything ready to go in. It's on high. I'm only going to put in just a little bit, and then I'm going to coat the pan. Now I'm not going to stay on here long enough to do the veggie pizza, because if you want to see how I do that with the cabbage as the base and how it comes out, look me up on YouTube under Denise Brewer, and I have a series called Mama's Cooking Again, and you can pick that up. I usually try to title it with whatever dish I'm doing. So the directions on here say to cook the spices. Remember, I just showed you guys whatever. Anybody on here know what these spices are? This, I think, looks like cinnamon. It looks like a piece of cinnamon stick, but otherwise I have no clue what these spices are. And I'm supposed to throw it in a skillet on high, cook for about 30 seconds, and we'll see what happens. Yes, I tend to be a little adventurous. It's okay. People, how are you going to have fun if you don't take a chance, right? Well, I probably shouldn't have said it that way. But, all right, got the oil in there. It's actually smoking. I'm going to throw in the spices and let it cook. I'm going to turn, okay, for like, what am I expecting? I don't know, the star and everything, I don't know if this stuff's going to, I thought maybe it might explode in the pan, who knows. That's in there for 30 seconds. Then I'm going to throw my veggies in there. I'm going to cook those for a couple of minutes until this cooks through. Like I told you, the beef is, ooh, that's an interesting smell. The beef is already cooked. And then I'm going to add the simmer sauce. So hang on, I'm going to show you what this looks like if I can without the smoke alarm going off. All right, so that's it. Those are the spices. They have now cooked for like 30 seconds. I'm getting ready to throw the stuff in. First thing I'm throwing in, the garlic and the shallot. Next thing I'm throwing in the zucchini. Wow, that is a strong smell. The package directions actually says don't eat the spices. Well, I can understand why. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. Ooh, that's a good smell. Who knows, I might have to eat the ingredients. Yeah. Hey, Elena, you in the neighborhood? You can stop by. I didn't feel like making a sauce, and I found this in the cabinet, and I thought, this is good. This will work. Okay, next thing I got the mung bean sprouts. Let's throw those in, because those all have to be cooked tonight. Oh my. You know what? I already ate dinner, but I think I might have to, like, I don't know, eat a little bit more of a snack. This is very interesting, whatever this spice is. Oh, you can't see it because it's on a black spoon. Hang on. Let's put it on top of a piece of zucchini so you can see it. Looks like a star. I'm sure that the, whatever that garlic, that cinnamon, looked like a cinnamon stick piece. I can smell that too. This is interesting. Alright, I'm going to throw the beef in now. I ordinarily would just do the veggies without any meat. The Steve Chef said, hey, we should use that up. It's in the freezer. So, and yes, it's red because there are shredded beets in here, guys. I don't know what to tell you. There's shredded beets. And I think there are, let me see, what is this? Yep, that's yellow squash. Well, it was yellow. It started out yellow. Hi, Shay. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to add any other seasoning because this is the first time I'm making it. I'm just going to make it the way that they say to do it, and then I'll learn from that one. I have no idea how spicy Thai curry sauce is. I've only eaten Thai food a couple times in a restaurant. Never actually cooked pad thai or something like that. I had the recipes, but I never actually did it. Okay. You know, these shallots were very strong and everything else, and I am not smelling them at all in here, so whatever the spices are out of the Thai package, they are overpowering it at this point. I think I can turn this up just a little bit more now. Yeah, having the beets in a stir fry was very interesting. It tasted good, but everything was red, beet red. All right, I think that that's kind of cooked through. It seems like it is to me. The next direction says to add the simmer sauce and a quarter to a half cup of water and simmer for 5 to 7 minutes. So this is the simmer sauce. We'll see what happens. If the spices didn't explode in the pan, I guess the simmer sauce won't. And if it does, that means I just learned a lesson and I won't cook the other packets that somebody gave me. Okay, hang on a second. I gotta squeeze the rest of this out of here. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I have to pour a cup of water, and I'm gonna pour it in here to rinse that through. All right, hang on a second. Keep an eye on it, guys. We don't want that burning over there. Okay, so I grabbed about 1/3 of a cup of water. Not working. Let me get this package open again. I'm trying to do this with one hand because Sous Chef is gone. If Sous Chef was here, she'd be holding the camera. So she had to go get eggs and stuff because I can't make the pizza sauce without it. Okay, so I've now pretty much rinsed out the package by doing it that way. I'll put a little bit more water in. Okay, it says 5 to 7 minutes, so yeah, the clock. Let me put this on, so then I'll know when it's at whatever time it's supposed to. This is like, okay, so just so you know, just because something looks disgusting doesn't mean it tastes disgusting. Just saying. I had some whole turnips, and I usually cut my turnips up and roast them, and it's just like having fried potatoes, only it's actually better for you because you're going to roast them in a pan, and it's turnips and not potatoes. But this time I decided, since it was like almost 100 degrees every day this week, I wasn't going to roast them, and I looked up on the internet for a recipe, and there was a recipe for turnip and leek soup. Well, I didn't have leeks, but I had plenty of shallots. So I put I cooked the leeks, cooked the shallots, and then I put the turnips in and cooked those, and I was simmering it in chicken stock. And when they were done, took it off, put it in the blender. It was supposed to be like a soup. It was like a thinner version of mashed potatoes. But man, was it good. But because it looked like tan paste, Sous Chef didn't eat it. Sous Chef didn't eat it. I kept telling her it was good. So she was off work today. I warmed up the last of it, and I said, I think you should at least taste this. Well, okay, if you're going to warm it up, I'll just take a taste. Somebody was pleasantly surprised. Got 2 thumbs up on that one. Too bad, though. It was the last of it, and I don't have any more turnips. So, I was just saying that because the sauce was green. I don't usually eat green foods, but lettuce and stuff. But hang on, let me flip this around. Hey, Nate. Long time no see. That green sauce is now brown. And it's not even up to it's only been simmering for 2 minutes. This looks yummy. Smell-o-vision wouldn't do you guys very, very much good because there's such a mix of aromas at this point. I couldn't say this smells great. Not like when we opened the burger and threw that into a dish. Okay. I'm going to let this just go ahead and simmer. It was a nice, easy simmer sauce. And I'm going to let it finish simmering. And when I see you next time, I will give you a report on how good it tasted or didn't taste. I have a small group that meets after church on Sundays, and we usually cook for them. Because, you know, when you get out of church, everybody's hungry. And this past week, I made a dish, and I made I made a different version of goulash. I used what was on hand, which was ground lamb and shells and different spices, and I threw a little bit of that Berber in there. Wow, everybody went nuts over it because it's such a different flavor. It kicks it up, yet it's not too spicy. So I think this week I'm going to make Ethiopian stew. That's what I originally got the Berber for, was to make an Ethiopian stew. So maybe I'll do a Mama's Cooking Again show when I'm making the stew and let you know how that one turns out as well. So I'm pretty much done except for making that pizza that I told you about, which, like I said, you can pull it up on YouTube under my name, Denise Brewer, and it's under a series of videos called Mama's Cooking Again, and I try to list in there what I've made so that at least either in the title or the comments there you'll see that it's a veggie pizza or a cabbage crust pizza or something like that. So that's my last thing for tonight. Thank you guys for joining me. I so appreciate you spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I hope I have a good report for you on the Thai dish. Thanks again. Love you guys. Be blessed. Bye-bye.